Hello and welcome back. So I thought it would be really good today to talk you through the pond section of my garden and a product that I use to keep the blanket weed down in the water is called Blanket Answer by Cloverleaf. It's basically a selection of minerals and enzymes in like a white powder, and you pour that into a watering can, mix it with some of the pond water, and then you pour it evenly over the surface of the pond, and it goes slightly milky to start with, and then those enzymes basically break down all the blanket weed over time. You can have obviously your pond pump and filters going at the same time as well. It takes a few weeks to sort of start to notice a difference, but it's a great product that I use throughout the spring, summer, and a little bit into the autumn. I think it's about £20 for an 800 gram tub of it, which will easily last all season on there. So yeah, I'll give you a little demo of how I do that, and then I'll talk you through the pumps that I have, and I've got a UV filter as well. So I'll show you those and explain how those work. And I'll also show you my second pond, which is more of a kind of a swamp type pond, because it's a very different theme to the pond behind me, which is more kind of ornamental. It was originally a kind of a beach kind of theme, so it's got lots of large cobbles and gravel and stuff around the pond, sand and stuff. So yeah, I'll show you the differences between those two, because actually in my videos I haven't spoken much about the ponds that I have. I've just shown you a couple of little clips. So it basically includes a little scoop inside, which is like that. So I've put about 3/4 of a scoop in there, and you just basically tip that into the watering can. Make sure the lid's back on that one so it doesn't go everywhere, and you kind of just mix it around in the watering can like this. You can use a bamboo cane or something just to evenly mix it, and then you basically pour it all over the surface of the pond. So once the enzyme is mixed in the watering can, you simply pour all around the pond, like this. There we go. Then we put the fountains on. Basically, once the fountains are on like now, that will help mix all the enzyme around the pond. You can see now the waterfall there, and the top one here. So this is the pond without the pond pump on, so I thought it'd be useful just to show you a few things. So over the back there we've got water lily. There's actually a couple of water lilies in here. There's some water mint over here on the left, which has amazing aroma to it. The pond's actually got quite a few newts in there. Try and find some. One that just swam past. A couple down in there. They're actually more active with newts in the evening, usually around about 5 o'clock. We have quite a few little damson flies that fly in. Lots of tadpoles in the pond as well, which they seem to be hiding at the moment. Damson fly there, red one. Let's see what else we can find. So there's a couple of tadpoles down there going past. So yeah, the main thing with this pond is it's a more of a beach theme to it. So hence why there's lots of kind of cobbles and stuff around. And I've got the water breaks at the back there, which are actually getting quite hidden by the plants now. But this one was really set up as a sort of a nature pond as well. There's no fish in here, so I've just literally kept it just for the wildlife. And the wildlife has really arrived in this pond. So I've just spotted a newt down here actually. Let's see if we can see it. It's down in this section. There he is. So yeah, basically it has a massive pump in the middle, which is connected to a fountain, which is over this bit here, the waterfall, I should say. It actually runs via a UV filter, which is hidden behind this bush here. So it's one of these ones. So it's just simply the water pipes flow into one end of it. The water flows over a UV bulb, and that means it kills all the green algae in the water. And when it simply flows back into the main pond over here, and I also have a small little pond here, which is a little bit green at the moment, but I keep it like that because it's sort of good for the wildlife in there, so things can hide under the water. And there's a fountain, a waterfall bit that comes out there. The pump is obviously, it's a very small, I can show you it actually, because this one's quite small. So it's one like this, a bit blocked up at the moment. But yeah, that basically pumps around the back here, then it comes into there. So, but all those pumps, they run into an outdoor socket, which is actually quite well hidden now behind this. Probably just about see it there behind the bush there. So yeah, it's all mains powered. Okay, and this pond here is the second pond I put in literally in the autumn time last year. And this one is much more of a kind of swamp style pond. It was mainly put in actually for the Gunnerer, to give the Gunnerer some actual water, because it was drying out in this section too much. So I thought originally I'd do a bog garden and put a load of bog plants in there and things. But then I later decided that actually having a decent sized body of water in there would make a big difference. So I don't particularly keep this pond so it's crystal clear waters. There's various oxygenating weed in there and things. But I had to dig up the Gunnerer to actually obviously put the pond in and everything. And yeah, you can kind of, I'll see if I can show you, but down here you see all the roots that are growing out of it now, and they're growing into the water. So obviously that feeds this huge plant. It's going to be massive eventually. So yeah, totally different theming with this pond. I think I've just seen a frog come up, which is through there.
See if we can get close to him, but he's probably going to dive under the water. We see him there.
But yeah, totally different theming on this one. So no pebbles. And it's to mimic the kind of sort of swamplands and things which is in sort of Central America and around, you know, Costa Rica has a few of these sort of areas, and it's also kind of been to the Everglades was it last year or year before? Last year, I think. And yeah, it had, you know, these kinds of like areas, sort of swamplands, which were really, really good. So I wanted to kind of mimic that a little bit. So yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of a hidden pond here. You can see I've got lots of other plants nearby that kind of big leaf things which kind of hide it, but as you walk down this walkway you then kind of see it on this left hand side. So that concludes the tour. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.